The Quadratic Strategy: How Empire Builders Actually Multiply Wealth. Today, we're talking about how empires are really built by buying, not inventing. But here's the twist. This isn't new at all, because a quiet code has guided the biggest fortunes for over a century, and almost no one outside the club talks about it. Welcome back. This channel studies how the ultra-wealthy actually built their fortunes. Not the highlight reels, the operating reality. Culture glorifies invention. The record favors acquisition. That gap matters. Here's why you should care. If you're serious about building your own empire, this lens saves years. If you want your work to resonate through history, then align with what endures. If you care about legacy, learn the pattern that keeps on winning. We'll map the pattern. We'll dismantle the myth. We'll explain the time advantage. And if you want the actual mechanics, the special report is linked below. The crazy part is how consistent this is across different people, industries, and eras. The pattern, not the legend. The public story focuses on invention and personality. A spark in a garage. A single great idea. But look at the outcomes that have endured. The through line is quieter. Disciplined acquisitions over time. Piece by piece. Purchase by purchase. Letting compounding do the heavy lift. This isn't a modern trick. It's a century-long pattern. It has survived cycles and technology shifts. It's been hiding in plain sight. And the vast majority of the empire builders we cover followed it. But it isn't just that they buy. They follow an operating code most people never see. Warren Buffett, a lifetime of disciplined purchases, patience, judgment, time. Bernard Arnault, a builder of enduring franchises, an eye for durability, a bias for assets that age well. John Malone, a long horizon, calm around cycles, a focus on what compounding requires. Rupert Murdoch, relentless in assembling proven properties, expanding their reach over decades. Sam Zell, decisive when others hesitated, an instinct for cash-generative assets. Stephen and Mitchell Rales, relentless iteration, an empire assembled over years with discipline. Bruce Flatt, global, patient, compounding, across markets and cycles. Different personalities, different arenas, same backbone. Buy what works. Let time multiply it. Spot the pattern, and the noise fades. You see where compounding actually happens. You spend your energy where progress sticks. So, why does this path keep winning? It's not luck. It's how buying shifts risk, cash, and time. Starting from zero means a long search for fit. Cash arrives late. Decisions are foggy. Outcomes are wide. Acquisitions, on the other hand, starts with fit. Customers on day one. Cash on day one. Signals on day one. Business creation has high variance. Acquisition narrows it. Creation waits to see if compounding is possible. Acquisition begins where compounding already happens. Why this matters for you? If you're building, this lens lowers risk and accelerates learning. If you're investing, it reframes what a good opportunity looks like. If you're leading, it gives you a language for durable growth that teams can follow. But the real edge isn't just lower risk, it's stolen time. Most ventures spend 1 to 3 years just finding traction, testing, pivoting, rebuilding. Acquirers Skip those first 1,000 days. They buy fit. They buy distribution. They buy permission to operate. That time shift compounds. Cash on day one funds the next move. Learning cycles compress. Advantages stack. The pace changes. Faster cycles, faster judgment, faster compounding. That's how the gap widens quietly. Not louder, longer. Why this matters for your why? Well, time is the only resource you can't replace. This approach buys it back. It lets you spend more years on high judgment moves and fewer on trial and error. It turns effort into assets that can outlast you. If the pattern is this clear, what then is the operating code that turns one good purchase into a compounding machine? We call it the Quadratic strategy, the four-part operating system behind the acquisitions you just heard, used together, refined over generations. We're not revealing the mechanics here. There's a reason the edge stayed in plain sight, yet out of reach. When a system goes fully public, the advantage collapses. So it lives in letters, calls, and quiet rooms. But if you're serious about building your own empire, if you want your work to resonate across cycles, if you care about leaving something that endures, we put the operating code in a simple, clear, special report. Plain language, no fluff. The framework, the constraints, case touchpoints tied to the builders we covered. Your payoff? Build. Compress years into quarters with a map that filters noise. Resonate. Align with a pattern that has survived booms and busts. Legacy. Convert effort into assets that keep working even when you're not in the room. The link is in the description below. Get the hidden empire building code, the Quadratic strategy. Read it once for context. Read it again for application. Keep it for when timing matters. Empires weren't conjured. They were assembled. The code was never secret, only invisible to anyone, told to start from zero.